and see which the group of you people did for Greg Faust, Jay Beswick, you see, Paul Bueller, Ron Miller, Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb, and his friends, and Colin Powell was help explain why people's personalities and attitudes and behaviors are. Because of what the crap you've done. Tom Serson, Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Curly Dick Quinn 1, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, They Did That For, Blue Boy Boxes, GPS, Paso Robo Rapist Night, Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Hell Reeves, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, and the Blue Boy Boxes, and the Carney fans. So see, Bernard, some of those followers get an explanation of why they behave, and people behave like they do, and their attitudes through your Carney show and the ghetto life and the, country and western life, Karen. So Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb is what? A psychiatrist, a psychologist, right? He helped Stephen J. Faust, so I'm helping him. Ching, 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 ching. Because maybe they didn't want ghetto life, Carney life, and ghetto life. Maybe he did it to help his family. Or the soldiers. So he's going to make a crap load of money, and then the Hollywood celebrities. Then he gets to help, like I said, explain why people's attitudes and behaviors are of Greg Faust, Jay Beswick, Ron Miller, Paul Bueller, Colin Powell, the president. They did to teach their military that ching ching solved a big problem. And then maybe one of his problems out here was the 61 amphibious spaceman and a bunch of hillbillies stealing ideas and humping around and going crazy Carney and screwing other people's stuff up. You never know whose children belong to who or who's related to who, Bernard. So when you, Brian, and you, Bernard, you're dancing asshole, they figure out you guys beamed in dreams with Eldon running around. They might have observed it themselves before I was out here, but you never know whose enemy is who. So he gets to say, ching ching, and then you guys finds out that 61 amphibious spaceman, the Antilla Man, and Harry and Joe sit there and Doug take people's shit, take credit for it. Bernardo Carney's desperate, Perlita yapping and yelling, beaming her shit, David going around. So that's like Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb, psychologist, you guys should, psychiatrist, for Karen, if he helps Steve, why you better help him. But you guys gotta have a made up story. So he gets to help explain why people's attitudes and behaviors and, are why that happens, because we had to deal with Bernardo Carney's circus and all their lies and the war game. Ching 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 for him, because he probably knows a little bit more about out here and what's going on, and then he's watched the group of you lie too, and so he gets to tell his Hollywood celebrity friends and all that stuff, and he gets to help them. Ching 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 ching. So Hugh Hefner gets to go wow too. Ching 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 ching. So you never know who everybody knows. So that's why I don't want to act like an idiot. Bernardo E. LaChance, Con Man, La Freeman, because they answer a big question on how stupid ghetto life is on the East Coast and the West Coast and through Texas and all around the world. He finds the stalkers of his daughter. And then you guys blame me for it. And then there's Heather, and then there's another older set of friends, and the Hilton Bowman's get, and the Navy gets, wow, new super base, where we don't have to deal with the group of you in ghetto life and country and western, Karen, but they'll set you in, Carney and Bernard. See why you don't want to screw with the wrong people, Bernard, and lie? Because they figure out Bernard and Doug King and Elton Anderson and all them stole everybody's stuff. And they're stupid shit prison fags because they like to play with the fish story of Stank over and over and over again. And psychiatrists who are smarter says, that's stupid. You guys destroyed 2 major cities. We're gonna move somewhere else away from the crazy car.